Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to some XCL Friday night action here at Barcelona. We have a pretty stacked schedule tonight. We have two races going on simultaneously. There were so many people signed up to race in the Barcelona race today that we actually had to open up a second server. And I think there's maybe 20 or so plus people in the second server, and then we have, I think today, 37 of the 40 that signed up to this race turned up. So we have a pretty busy first stint at 9 o'clock today, and then in a couple of hours time we have a second race. I'm not sure exactly where the track is, I have to apologise, but that'll be over on the Dick Trickle Racing Network, so be sure to drop over there for the second race. But we are here, like I said, at Barcelona. We have a 36 car field out there. I just need to run with the 609 car, which is of MCR. So MCR is out there currently, potentially setting the first lap. But look at these cars. None of these cars are messing about. There's about 6 or 7 in this first little train, and they're all going to have to create like a little queue going around the last chicane here. But MCR is the first guy battled out of the pits, and we'll ride with him for his first qualifying lap. MCR just recently got the runner-up spot, so second place in the IXR Saturday Mini Championship. So congratulations for that runner-up spot, MCR, and I think he'll be full of confidence. They weren't racing at Barcelona in those races, but I think he'll still, he'll still do a good job out there today. Let's see what he can do. But yeah, he's coming around to his first qualifying lap. Now Spain, as you probably all know, if I haven't said it before, is, of all the circuits in the world, my favourite circuit. Only because it's my favourite doesn't mean I am fast on it. But yeah, I do love Circuit de Catalunya. But I also, if you've watched like the F1 this season, maybe if you're a MotoGP fan as well, you'll know that they run on the new layout circuit, so they have like the two sweeping right-handers at the end of the circuit, whereas with the GT cars they're still racing with the old school chicane, which most people hate. I think there's probably more haters than there are lovers, but so I'm a huge fan of that last chicane. I can never really get it right. Probably 50% of the time I can do a half decent chicane, but then the other half I'm bouncing all over the place. But yeah, MCR here is he has got a back marker in front of him, but hopefully they won't hold him up as he's coming around on a flyer currently. He just has the number 11 car of Chikorito behind him. Pretty stacked field out there today as well. I'll go through that in a minute. We do have a gold driver with us today in Zambi Driver. We also have, as you all know, the very fast Carl Williams out there. But there is currently 37 cars out there, which is quite exciting. MCR now just coming around to just start the third sector now. This is the kind of the first couple of sectors are quite fast and flowing, and the last sector is quite a more technical technical part of the circuit. You'll see a lot of people probably crashing around this corner here. It kind of with the weight change from left to right, it does kind of shift the cars around a little bit. But yeah, this is the chicane that I'm saying that everyone hates here. The two really massive sausage curves. You have to make sure that you attack them, but not too much. Otherwise, you will default your lap or send the GT cars flying. They haven't got the most fantastic kind of suspensions. But as MCR crosses the line, he does set a 1:45.5, so that's not a bad first lap in here. I do think we'll probably see a 1:44 pole time today, but a 1:45. As you see, Zambi Driver going to the 1:44.9 there. But I think 1:44 is probably going to be where you want to be challenging for pole. Let's see, let's ride with some drivers now. So let's just go with Baz here for a second. So as you know, when we have got a field of 37 cars, it is very hard to do a lot of coverage for qualifying. So I'll just run with as many people as I can that I see coming around to complete the third sector. So currently, like I said, Zambi Driver is on pole with a 1:44.9. I see Arctic Fox is in the chat saying, hi Fox, I wouldn't recite the whole dictionary. Do we need to give room for people to chat? And Wolf saying, oh no, racing again. Hi Red. Yeah, hi Wolf. Ninja's out there today, and also I think Dick Trickle might be out there as well, as we see Baz cross the line in he goes P5.7 off the pace, but I did think I saw his name earlier. He was threatening to he did say if I commentated on this race today he would go out there and race again. I think he's got the bug for it, which is fantastic to see after his debut. I said after his comeback story the other day, at Kota. Hopefully Dick Trickle can get around the first lap without the same amount of damage that he had last time. But Dick Trickle out here again, really lovely to see. And wish him all the best. As anyone that does know Dick Trickle, he is the other broadcaster and sort of second in command at XCL. He runs the Dick Trickle Racing Network and will not only be racing in the first race here, but he'll then be hopping over to do the second race commentary later on. We might as well just ride with him now and see what kind of time he can set on his first lap round here. I don't know if he's been practicing a bit more than he has previously, as we do currently have 25 cars now that have set a time. Zambi driver is still the only driver to break into the 144s. Actually, no, it looks like maybe Carl Williams has just scraped in there. But like I said, if you do want to get pole today, you will have to set a 144. 145 will put you in a good position, probably in the top 10. But as Dick Trickle crosses the line, he does go P17 or P18 now, currently 2.7 seconds off the pace. Let's ride now with the number 17 car. See if we can find you. Where are you? The number 17 car. I'm being blind. Ah, there it is. It's Zucaritis. Zucaritis, I was racing alongside in Kyalami in South Africa yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, he was unfortunately got caught up in a bit of crashing on the first lap, and then yeah, he got caught up in like a second collision straight afterwards, as it looks like he was just maybe lining himself up to maybe do another lap here. But yeah, he was an unfortunate casualty of that, so he'd be hoping to have a much better race out there today, so good luck to him. It doesn't look like he's going to set a time out here, so let's look for the number 52 car, which is the next car I see on my list. That is the 52 car of Fast Fanatical. Now, we do know this guy is fast. What is quite exciting at the minute is we have 11 drivers, or maybe if you count Mazinga as well, so let's say 12 drivers, all within a second of the pole time. So there's going to be quite a lot of close driving, which isn't always a good thing, but hopefully it'll mean there'll be a highly competitive front field here. Wolf saying, yeah, Ninja got a race start crash video from that race. Maybe Ditchik was in that video. Was carnage anyway. Yeah, it was quite a chaotic race. Bill here saying, got to hit that apex. That is right. If you're talking about the chicane at the back there, Bill, it's definitely, yeah, those two chicanes you've really got to... Yeah, tuck it in on those apexes, especially around Barcelona. The track is such a fast racetrack. You really have to be on the limit, really making sure you hit those apexes and getting the drive out the corners for sure. As we see Fast Fanatical go 0.6 of a second behind the pole time, which is now Carl Williams actually with 144.8. So 3 drivers now have crept into the 144. Zambi driver, Chikorito and Carl Williams all separated by 0.5 of a second, which is, yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's ride with someone else now. Let's ride with the number 999 car. Who is that? Can we see the number 999? Okay, that is Diabolic. So Diabolic in that all black Ferrari. He is currently in P24. Just under 3 seconds off the pace. He is one of our sort of bronze stroke silver graded drivers. Anyone that is new to XCL racing, just so you're in the loop, the red banners on the you see where the numbers are on the track. The red banners mean that you are a rookie class driver. That means you have you have an XCL rating points of 199 or less. If you have between 2,000 and 2,099, sorry, 2,999, you have that would make you a bronze class driver. If you have obviously between 3 and 3,999, that is a silver, and then anything over 4,000 puts you into gold. So if you have the silver banner, you are a bronze stroke silver driver, so you're in that 2,000 to 3,999 category. And then if you are the white banner here, you see of Zambi, that would mean you are a gold class driver. So Zambi is our most decorated driver out there, currently in P5. As Carl Williams sets a faster time out there now, he is a 144.6. Zambi then, I was just saying now, our decorated gold class driver does go with a 144.2. Are we threatening here to potentially see a 143 at Barcelona? That would be a great little time there. Because of those fast times dropping down, we now only have 6 drivers within a second, but this field is stacked with such great drivers. If you look at at the top 19 drivers here, there's only 4 drivers that are rookie grade. There's the other 15 drivers are all bronze, silver and gold. So I kind of feel sorry for Dick Trickle here, because he has joined a field stacked full of talent. So we'll see how that one goes on. Let's see who else is coming around. The number 50... See the number 52 car, that is Fast Snack, we've already covered him. So what's the 190 car? Where are you? Where's the 190 car out here? Sometimes I struggle, I get number blindness here, but that's Mr. Azon. So he is currently the highest ranked rookie driver out there. So he has that red banner. He's the highest ranked rookie driver. There's 2 rookie drivers in the top 10 currently. Mr. Azon just pipping Big Al here, but let's see what he can do on his next flying lap. I do love that Porsche livery as well. It's a really nice, as he goes wide, that probably defaulted his lap there, but I do like that livery. Chuggy B saying qualifying is very important at Barcelona. That is right, Chuggy B. You're talking like a person that knows. Yeah, Barcelona is very important, because it is very, very hard to overtake it at Barcelona. Well, if you are in F1 potentially. With GT, you can muscle your way through a bit more. But yeah, qualifying is extremely important, especially when you're up against a stacked field like this. And Wolf saying, yep, quali is nearly the race. Yeah, so Wolf, you're in agreement with Chuggy B there. Both of you are talking about the importance of qualifying, and I would have to be inclined to agree. Baz actually is just P7 with exactly 1 second with 1:45.250. Let's see who else is out there. The 159 car. That is Jay Kirk. So Jay Kirk is recently joined XCL. Very good rookie driver. Keeps having regular top 15 finishes. I fully expect Jay Kirk to maybe pop into the top 15 again today. So that's potentially. I think he's slightly out of pace at the minute. He's actually in a battle currently with Dick Trickle for the I think they're the only 2 Aston cars out there. So Dick Trickle and Jay Kirk having a little bit of battle here for 25th and 26th in qualifying. Let's see who can pop out in front in that one. I think they've defaulted that laps. Let's go to Ov Tower. Ov Tower in the number 5 Honda here. He's currently 2.9 seconds off the pace. Can he improve? Now we have 2 minutes and 43 seconds left in qualifying, which does mean that if you did want to leave the pit lane, you still have chance to come around and set a quali time. But the kind of the threshold for not being able to get out and set a qualifying lap is fast in sort of fastly coming out. So if you are currently in the pits and you're listening to the stream, get out there now. If you want to set one last time, you can still make it out there. Levi Racing saying evening all, so yeah, hello Levi. Wolf is saying same as Monaco in a way. Yeah, I think Barcelona's a little bit more racy than Monaco, but I would say it's just as unforgiving with the barriers quite close to the circuit somewhere around here. Bill saying evening and Wolf saying evening to Levi. Wolf saying car number 5 got a lovely livery, love that blue. Who was the car number 5? Oh, I'm looking at it now. I say who's the car number 5? It's the one we're looking at, guys. Let's see who else is out there currently saying a time. The number 17 car. Where are you? That is, we've already seen Zucaritis. We're giving you some airtime, Zucaritis. I can't give you any more in qualifying. We've got 1.5 minutes left. Where's the number 25 car? There it is. That is PMO Bartek. Now, PMO Bartek, currently in P25, is the lowest ranked bronze/silver driver out there. Looks like he's just fighting for a bit of space. I'm really liking that Porsche livery. The guy in front there. I don't know if Bartek's gonna maybe pull over and finish here, but yeah, he's currently P25, and as the lowest ranked silver driver, his XCL rating is going to be affected today. So for anyone that is new to XCL, basically it's not a league race in the sense of like you can score points and you're in a championship. It's more to do with your XCL rating. So basically the better you perform in the race, the more your rating goes up, and the worse you perform in the race, the more your rating goes down. Now obviously if you're a rookie driver like Mr. Azon here in P10, and you can see he's qualified quite ahead of a lot of the silver drivers, that will give give him more of a boost. Likewise, if you're someone like PMO Bartek and you're down at the bottom of the silvers and getting beaten by a load of rookies, that's severely going to impact your XCL rating. So it's a kind of performance-based rating system based on how you perform against drivers of your ability and ones of higher and lesser ability. So it's quite a complex algorithm, but I just see MRT. That's Partik, sorry. Hey Partik, how are you doing? Thank you for joining the stream. Yeah, we currently have just about 7 seconds after qualifying here. So it looks like the number 56 car, if I can quickly find you, is Joe Knows. So this is going to be the first person to set a qualifying time at the end, but he decides to pull over the next driver out there, the 52 car. I don't know if I'm going to catch you. That's Fast Fanatical, currently in P2. He goes in the pits as well. A lot of these drivers are pulling away on the last qualifying lap. 86 is the next driver to come across the line. I can't find your number quick enough, unfortunately. Let's find the number 159 car instead. That is I can't find any of these drivers. I'm very number blind today, guys. Apologies. That is Jay Kirk. I was saying Jay Kirk in a race with Dick Trickle, currently 26th, 27th. He's coming around to say his last flying lap. Let's see what he can do. Hack the Planet does just pip up to 22nd on his last qualifying lap. So Jay Kirk crosses the line. What can he do here? He goes up to P26. That's not a great qualifying by him. I think we'll be looking to see maybe more pace in the race there. The number 68 car is next to come across the line. Can I find your number quickly? No, I can't is the answer, so I'm gonna have to leave you there. The number 7 car is next. I think that was that's Baz currently in P8. He is the last driver out there within a second of the pole times, and as he crosses the line he doesn't improve. We also have the number 25 car coming around here. Let's see if I can quickly find you. Probably not. Oh no, I can. That's PMO Bartek. So he, like I said, he's the lowest ranked bronze silver driver out there. What can he do on his last qualifying lap? Can he get himself up the order? And as he crosses the line, he goes up to P24. So it's a slight improvement there as he goes spinning out on that qualifying lap. I will walk you through the order in a moment, but we've got a lot of cars all within quite similar times here. Mindless Shark saying P14. You seem pretty happy with that, Shark. I think if you can get yourself into the top 10 today, then that'll be a fantastic effort. But to be honest, you've had a lot of not bad form, but bad luck, I'd say, recently. So if you can get yourself up into, or even if you can just finish in the top 15, Ninja, I think that'd be a really, really good effort by you. But yeah, qualifying's finished, guys. I will just go through in a second with the remaining times as we see Bartek. Bartek had a really poor qualifying from his standards. Like I said, P24, he's the lowest ranked silver driver out there. So all the drivers that are rookie ahead of him will be hoping to keep him behind and help him boost their ratings slightly. We see Dick Trickle there getting P28. I think he's somewhere near the back of the order, but I'm sure he'll find a bit more speed. Look at those cars there. This is beautiful. Let's just go to the qualifying page currently and have a look then. So it does look like actually Mr. Azon actually sets the fastest middle sector of anybody, and he's currently P11. So he's got some hidden pace in there somewhere. But looking at that, it means we probably just maybe had a 144.1 as the fastest lap potentially we could get out there. But Zambia driver in the 144s, Fast Fanatical also, and then we have Williams, Doug Bors, Chikorito and Big Al, all the 144 drivers. And then you have to go down all the way down to 18th place, basically, to get yourself out of the 145. So anywhere between 18th and 7th here are separated by a second. That is ridiculous. That is a really, really strong middle field here, and we're going to see some really good battling there. Or guys, the other thing that might happen is mass collisions and crashes. But I don't know. We'll see which one goes on there. But yeah, and then this field spread. There's a couple of drivers 6 seconds off the pace, but most drivers are within sort of 3-4 seconds of the lead. So we shouldn't see too much of a split. This is it's a 30-minute race, guys. So as you'll see, next to the drivers' names, where their numbers are, sorry, there's that orange box with the number 1 next to them. For anyone that's new to XCL or even just ACC, the game, that means that there is one mandatory pit stop. So over the next 30 minutes, all these drivers have to pit for at least 1 litre of fuel. They don't have to change their tyres. But yeah, we're going to see some really, really good racing out there. And yeah, I think what was the field size in the end? Field size is 37 drivers, so that is a really good turnout, and that's it's a very, very long straight down to turn 1. Anyone willing to bet that we might see some cars spinning out down the straight? I think we may. Maybe we will. Max is saying, just realised I haven't practiced pit entry. Maxa, which driver are you out there? Sorry, what's your gamer tag, Maxa? Oh, then you're probably not going to be able to tell me now because you're probably racing. Where does one break? Oh, you're Mr. Azon. Okay, yeah. So you probably should be driving, Maxa, rather than messaging the chat. But thank you anyway. So Mr. Azon, you are P11. What I would say is brake before the boards is all I'm going to say to you. But let me just walk you through the order, guys, because it's quite a quick lap out there. So Zambi driver, our only gold rated driver out there, is currently P1 with Fast Fanatical alongside him in P2. Carl Williams, our fast South African driver, looking pretty racy in P3 alongside Doug Bors, which, to be fair, that's a fantastic qualifying by Doug Bors. Chikorito is in P5, the highest ranked Lamborghini. Big Al, the highest ranked rookie here, on the 3rd row in 6th place, so watch out for him in the race. MCR, like I said, the runner-up in the IXR Championship, is in P7 alongside Baz in P8. And then we have Cocaine Mini in P9. I think Biff Baff is in P11 here. Mr. Azon, I think, is probably my livery of the day. For some reason, I really, really like that livery. It just looks really, really nice, kind of pastel colours. So Mr. Azon, you, at the very least, you won my livery of the day. Malmsey is alongside him in P12. Mazinga is P13 alongside Ninja, who's really happy with his P14 qualifying, and I'm sure Wolf in the chat will be cheering him on to maybe see if he can get himself up to the P10. But I think Ninja, if you can just get into the top 15, that would be great for you. TNT Palamo P15 alongside. Actually, that's another good qualifying by Palamo as well. This is really good, strong qualifying here. Strong Sapau is in 16th place. Isk is in 17th alongside the Seapull in 18th. And then we have Joe Nose and Diabolic in an all Ferrari 10th row, rounding out the top 20. Gaz is in 21st with Malarex in 22nd. Pani is in 23rd alongside Bartek, I said the lowest ranked bronze silver driver, in P24. Of Tower is in 25 alongside Jay Kirk in 26th. Jay Kirk and Dick Trickle are going to be having the battle of the Aston Martins here. Hack the Planet is alongside said Dick Trickle in 28th place, and then Red Taco Inbound is alongside DXT CJ Viper in 30th. But we don't stop there, guys. We don't stop there. We've got to keep going. Caravan Gamer. Oh, I've just pressed the wrong button there. That's my apologies. But yeah, we have Caravan Gamer down in 31st. Farrell in 32nd. Zucaritis in 33rd with Lynch in 34th. And then, yeah, I'm not sure exactly who the last driver was. I have to apologise there. I just press the wrong button at the last minute. But let's just actually switch back to, let's go to replay now. I'm going to switch back to the better camera angle so we can get a better shot down to that first corner, because I think we're going to see a bit of chaos. So there you go. That's a much better camera angle for the first straight at least. So let's just go back here now and try and find a way back to the front quickly. Let's just ride with Carl Williams. He's in 3rd currently, yeah. So here we see. So this is the guys now coming around. So we have a 37 driver field, guys. It is a 30-minute race, 1 mandatory pit stop. Look at these cars streaming around. I can't see. All of us are going to go through. Green light, go, go, go. It's a very long run down to lap 1. As we do see already cars going on the grass down at the back there. They need to be a bit careful. But this is so many cars on this racetrack, guys. There's another driver at the background. Hits the grass. Let's play it sensible down the first corner. We do see Zambi driver get through unscathed. Doug Bors has died down into 3rd place. Looks like most drivers have got through okay there at the back. I'm just going to dive down the back of the order quickly to see. Oh, there's a bit of a crash there, so it does look like Dick Trickle maybe got caught up in that one again. A couple of drivers have been spun around. Farrell has got a drive-through penalty for being out of position at the start, but it does look like it is it Fast Fanatical? So it is Fast Fanatical that has got past Zambi driver for the lead of this race. And as you know, the timing screens do go a bit crazy at the start, but it does look like it's Fast Fanatical in 1st, Zambi driver in 2nd. Doug Bors has got himself up to 3rd place ahead of Carl Williams, who will be in 4th, and then behind that we have Chikorito in 5th. It looks like Mr. Azon has had a good start here as well. He's going up alongside Big Al here for the lead of the rookie drivers. Yeah, Big Al's going to hold that inside line here as they just go side by side around that corner. Zambi Driver has settled in now to what is second place. We do know Doug Bors now has settled into third. So it looks like Mr. Azon is still looking pretty racy, as we see Biff Baff now getting on the inside of Mr. Azon here. Can he... This is the corner I was talking about where you might get slightly displaced here. It looks like Ninja's made up a couple of places. He's now up into P12. The front kind of, at least probably the front 20 or so drivers, they've all had a really, really good start here. Very clean. There are only 2 drivers, by the looks of it, in the pit lane at the start. Great racing by everyone. Let's just go through the order then, guys, and keep you up to date with what's going on, as we do see some drivers, as is the customary here, potentially diving in and having that first lap kind of pit stop strategy. But yeah, currently it's Fast Fanatical out in lead with Zambi Driver in second place. Doug Bors has got past Carl Williams into third. He's having a great race so far. Carl Williams in fourth. Chikorito is in fifth, with MCR made up a couple of places at the start, up to sixth place. Baz is behind him in seventh, and then we have Big Al and Mr. Azon going to have a really good battle here for basically the lead rookie driver, and then Mazinga then will be round out the top 10, with Ninja now making up another place. He is chasing down Mazinga here for what will be that last top 10 place. I'm sure Wolf will be really happy with that. Strong Chappelle, yeah, is currently holding out 12th place. Isk is in 13th. Hack the Planet is currently P14, or maybe he's P14 with Red Taco Inbound. Looks like Red Taco Inbound's had a really good start here, because I think he was somewhere down in the back end of the 20th positions. Off Tower is currently in 16th place. Zucaritis has had a good start. He's in 17th. Jay Kirk is in 18th, and then Dick Trickle's behind him. Looks like he's lost maybe a couple of places here to Caravan Gamer and DXT CJ Viper, so he's actually in 19th. Caravan Gamer's in 20th, and then Dick Trickle's in 21st, with Hush Webb lost a couple of places as well. PMO Bartek has managed to hold his kind of position, but he needs to start getting a wriggle on now and get himself up that order. But Dick Trickle had a good start here. Malarex is currently in P24. Mr. Celio, who did start last, is up to P25. And then we have a lot of the pit stopper cars. So Biff Baff is the head pit stop car, with Farrell haven't pitted behind him in 27th. But then we have the Seapool, Diabolic and Joe Nose rounding out the top 30, all having pitted. Cocaine Mini, Spring Sphere, Panny 68, again, all have pitted, as Panny's coming out the pit lane here. And he's got the lead drivers who see the yellow Zambi flashing. It looks like whilst we've been covering this, Zambi has got past back Fast Fanatical, but that is really unfortunate for Panny. He's going to have to let through that whole field of cars, and in his race for what will be like potentially somewhere in the top, in the 20th places, he's going to have lost out by about sort of 10, 20, 30 seconds by the time he lets all of those cars through, because as I said earlier, the top 20 cars or so have all flown through here, and it's such clean racing. I know there was that little shunt, but obviously with 37 cars it's always to be expected, but really, if you count that one crash on the turn 3, this has been a fantastic start, as Zambi Driver now looks to wriggle on here, as we see Fast Fanatical have a wobble. And is that going to allow Doug Bors to get down the inside of him here? He's going to try and make a move. No, he decides against it, but is that going to now allow Carl Williams to get on the back? So Fast Fanatical is on a bit of a wobble currently, and you see Doug Bors moving left, moving right. Can he dive down the inside here? He cannot, but Carl Williams is now going to try and get alongside Doug Bors here. So he's gone from attack to defence after 2 corners, and Carl Williams is coming down now. Can he look on the inside? No, he opts to go, and Chikorito brake and lay on the brakes. He's going to go side by side with Carl Williams, and he opts to maybe dive out of that one as well. So you don't really want to put your nose down the inside of a GT car, because you will send that GT car flying. That was great racing by those 4 drivers there, and it is as you were, and I'm surprised by that. I thought there'd been at least one overtake, but those 4 cars having a great bit of battle there. Baz is currently tucked in right behind, as we see now, Doug Bors has dived into the pit, so he's going to try and pit early here. So Carl Williams has been promoted to 3rd place. But yeah, there was Baz on MCR, but looks like actually maybe MCR is closer to Chikorito here. But because you're in that kind of a slipstream train, you see all these cars, not really any of them are going to make any kind of overtakes. But currently, because of people diving in the pit stops here, Ninja has been promoted to 9th place, but obviously that might be net 10th. Come the when all the pit stops have all happened here, currently Ninja 9th, Strong Chappelle behind him in 10th, looking pretty racy on him here. Mazinga's slowly getting away, but just to mention that Zambi Driver's probably had a crash here by the looks of it. Carl Williams has gone up to the lead here, so I don't know if Fast Fanatical and Zambi Driver had a bit of a collision, but Carl Williams has gone from 4th to 1st in about 4 or 5 corners. Baz is right behind. This is literally the first 6 drivers in this race, all within probably 1.5 seconds of each other. This is fantastic racing at the front. I did say those 6 drivers at the front were all within a second of each other in qualifying would provide some fantastic entertainment. But don't forget, with all these guys squabbling, that might play into Doug Bohr's hands, because Doug Bohr's might be able to, so, you know, leapfrog all these drivers when they do come round to actually do their pit stops. As we do see now, Zambi driver diving down the inside of MCR. MCR is aware of that, but they are side by side as Chikorito does get up on the inside of Fast Fanatical as well. So look at that, it's a double overtake on the same corner, like mirror moves here. Baz is now going to try and make MCR days worse and make him lose 2 positions in a couple of corners here. But that was fantastic mirror overtaking by second and third and fourth and fifth. So Fast Fanatical is now in 3rd behind Chikorito, and then Zambi Driver is now in 4th ahead of MCR. But unfortunately for Chikorito here, he has got a drive-through penalty for track limits, as we do see Fast Fanatical and Baz dive in the pits here. So a lot of these drivers are all opting to pit early, but that is really devastating news for Chikorito with that drive-through penalty. Ninja now up into P7. He's in a really strong race with Strong Chappelle and Isk holding onto the back of these drivers here. But what I am really interested in the minute with Fast Fanatical going in the pits is where are these drivers going to come out in relation to Doug Bohr's. Doug Bohr's is coming around the last kind of chicane now. That's a great little chicane move there. Have these drivers, yeah, they have now completed their pit stops. So Fast Fanatical, you can see him coming out now, and you see Doug Bohr's in the distance. I think actually they're going to have easily pipped Doug Bohr's. I don't know if he got caught up in traffic there, which is quite unfortunate for him. But Fast Fanatical is going to get out in the lead. But yes, it looks like Doug Bohr's is going to get past Baz here. So although he's going to lose the place to Fast Fanatical, he has got himself back up into a good position there ahead of Baz there. So Zambi Driver is now looking pretty racy on Chikorito here. But let me just, as we see here, that looks like Lynch maybe going on the sideline there. So, but let me just go through the order here so we can kind of keep up to date what's going on. We'll start from the back and go all the way forward to the front. Chuggy B said some great racing out there. I think this is quite an exciting race. You are correct. Gaz is currently in last place. He hasn't pitted, so he is literally net last in this race. Then we have TNT Palamo in 36th place. He has Malmsey in front of him, but like I said, he has actually pitted and Malmsey has not. So Malmsey is in more in a battle with Gaz and Mr. Celio than anyone else. Pani has pitted. He is in a race with Farrell ahead of him. Farrell then is trying to chase down Lynch. We did see Lynch in the gravel earlier, but Farrell is just about a corner behind here, so he should be able to catch him up and potentially have a little race come at the end of the race. Partek has pitted. He's currently in P30. Springsphere in a race with Joe Nose currently. They're both about a second or so apart. Joe Nose trying to chase down Koke Mini, who is in 27th currently, but Koke Mini has got a bit of a deficit to the driver in front as he crosses the timing line here. We'll see that it is 8.6 seconds. Diabolic in 26th place has got 5.4 seconds on the Seapool, and then Seapool's got 6 seconds on the car in front of him. Big Al, who we did think at one point was going to be the net kind of rookie leader, is currently in 24th. He is trying to make his way back up through the field. Actually, to be fair, the drivers in front of him are Baz, Biff Baff, Doug Bohr's and Fast Fanatical. He is currently only 2 seconds back here actually. Baz ahead of him with Biff Baff ahead of him. Oh, as he just gets a little slide on there. He's trying to chase down Doug Bohr's here, and Doug Bohr's lost out to Fast Fanatical in the pit stops, but he is currently stuck behind some back markers here. Red Teco inbound just pitted, but he has got to stop and go 30 penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Malorex looks like there's been a bit of a crash here, so he was up with those back markers. He's currently in P17. DXT CJ Viper probably has got past him now up in the in 16th place. Sorry, Caravan Gamer just ahead of him in the top 15 places. Obviously they haven't pitted yet. Dick Trickle currently riding in 14th place, trying to chase down Zucaritis ahead of him, 5 seconds up the road. Zucaritis is in a battle with Off Tower ahead of him, and then ahead of him then is Jay Cook somewhere up the road, 7.3 seconds in 11th. Hack the Planet currently in 10th place here with Strong Chappelle in 9th. Isk is in 8th place, just past Chikorito, who's doing his drive-through penalty. Ninja currently holding out P6 here. It looks like Strong Chappelle has lost that place to Is now, with Mazinga in P5, 1.5 seconds off of Mr. Azon, the lead rookie driver currently. He is 1.1 seconds off of MCR, who is 1.3 seconds off of Zambi. And then out in front, currently running away with this race, is Kyle Williams with a 3.3 second lead. The interesting one then is, Doug Bors has now closed the gap to Fast Fanatical for what is potentially maybe net second, net third in this race. But some really, really good battling out here. So we have, so Fast Fanatical, Doug Bors, Biff Baff, Baz. Those 4 Ferraris all in a line are all racing for position. As we see XT3. Oh, it looks like there's been a bit of a crash here. Dick Trickle has got some front end damage here, so I don't know what's happened there to Dick Trickle, but his car has got some severe front end damage. It's unfortunate for him as he does quit to the pit lane. That is not a good day at the office. I don't know if that was his fault or something else. I don't know if anyone can check Discord there, but Zambi driver still trying to chase down Carl Williams. There is still 17 minutes or just under 18 minutes left of this race. So the main kind of battle at the minute, Isk and Ninja, it's not really a battle because they've been sort of head and toe for the last sort of 5 to 10 minutes, but Ninja trying to have a really strong race out there. He's lucky for Ninja, he hasn't really got any back markers or anyone to kind of trip him up, because the drivers ahead of him are actually in a race 4 position, as Mazinga trying to make a move on Mr. Azon, but he's just had a bad run at that last corner. But Ninja just wants to keep pumping in those laps now, because these drivers like Ninja, Isk, maybe even Strong Chappelle can leapfrog the drivers that they were battling with to maybe get those top 10 places, which would have been a great effort for Ninja. Doug Bors still behind Fast Fanatical. What they don't want to be doing here, and this is actually a good point to add at this this juncture in the race, is that Fast Fanatical and Doug Bors, because they're trying to chase down the leaders, they probably don't want to be squabbling too much. So Doug Bors will be aware that if he starts racing with Fast Fanatical, starts trying to overtake him, they start losing pace and time. That is going to cost them in the long run versus the drivers at the front. So what Doug Bors, Fast Fanatical, Biff Baff, and even Baz, and even Big Al behind them, they just need to not squabble. Because if they start squabbling, it will start costing them time. So really at the minute, Doug Bors just needs to tuck it in behind Fast Fanatical, accept the fact that he'll have to pass him later on in the race, unless obviously Fast Fanatical makes a mistake. And they both need to work together now to really kick on and start setting some really good times. At the minute we see Fast Fanatical has closed the gap to Zucaritis by about 2 seconds in that last lap. So hopefully he'll hope that the Zucaritis and stuff will go in the pits before the they start to maybe hinder their time. Any other kind of battles out there currently? It looks like, I'll just go to Panny for a minute. So Panny has just got past Lynch here. Lynch, we did see off the road slightly earlier there. Panny is in a battle for what is sort of the back end of the 20th places. I think Panny with the pit stops, maybe because you've got Malarex. I don't know, they're some way ahead actually. I don't know if actually they're just going in the pits now, but some of these drivers will have damage. I'm not sure roughly where they're all going to come out once all the pit stops are finished, but it looks like maybe his P27 is roughly the kind of position he's aiming for, because they are some way back here. Hush Webb having a good race in P25 currently. Looks like he's actually got past Malarex and Caravan Gamer, so Hush Webb is actually up to P23. BMO Bartek has made up a few places from qualifying now in P22. I think with a 37, we've had a couple of retirements here, but I think with a 37 car field, anywhere in the top 25 should grant you some kind of, potential XCL rating boost, I would say. So guys, we're just about to trigger the halfway warning of this race with a couple of split strategies here with Carl Williams and Zambi driver staying out for long. We've got Fast Fanatical, Doug Bors all pitting earlier and doing those kind of longer stints. Who wants to venture out here and tell me who they think is going to win this race? Put your comments in the chat now and tell me who you think your race winner is going to be. And also, who do you think the best livery of today's race is? I voted that I think Mr. Azon here does have the best livery. I really like this this Porsche livery. But yeah, you let me know who you think has the best livery. But what I will do is I will change the camera view back to a bit more close-ups. We can get a bit more close-ups of the cars now, because I said that the action of the start has changed now. So let's go back to, I think this one's the good one. So let's go back now, and that'll give us a better camera angle. Get a bit more close-ups of the cars here. So rather than being so zoomed out, we are said now as that Carl Williams diving into the pits. So Carl Williams, this is so Bill says I think Carl will win. Fanatical made a few errors today. Bill being critical of Fanatical there, but we're about to find out as MCR comes in the pits as well. So Carl Williams in the pits. We do know Fast Fanatical is the net pit leader. Chuggy B's going for Zambi driver. I think we all know Wolf will probably want Ninja to win. Yeah, Carl Williams in the pits. He's currently stationary in that Red Bull liveried. Is that the Verstappen kind of livery on that car there? Where is Fast Fanatical? So Fast Fanatical is some way off this actually. I think Andy or so the Bill, you might be right there because I think Fast Fanatical is going to be nowhere near this. Carl Williams is already coming out the pit lane here, so I think you are right. Carl Williams is coming down. Yeah, he's already leaving the pit lane. Setting some rapid times here. And where is Fast Fanatical? Fast Fanatical is coming down the straight now into the just coming out the pit lane now. Who's that ahead of him? That is the Lamborghini of Strong Chappelle. So oh no, Strong Chappelle, sorry, still in the pit lane here. So MCR is going to come out behind. Who is that driver coming through now? So where is this in relation to? Is Biff Bav and everyone got through as well? I think, yeah, these cars are all quite joined up here. This is, obviously we have to wait for them to go through the timing screen before we can get a more up-to-date picture here. But Carl Williams looks like he is now the net pit leader. Fast Fanatical is maybe just behind him, but he's 9 seconds back according to this map. So that is catastrophic for them. They've lost so much time to Carl Williams. So Bill, that was good observation there. Fanatical has made a few mistakes. Doug Bors is still behind him now, but the question is where will they come out? Well, to be fair, with Zambi driver only about 3 seconds off the pace of he was about 2 or 3 seconds off the pace of Carl Williams, so I think it's going to be Carl Williams that's going to come out in the lead with Zambi driver just behind him. Then it will just be a straight shot for the end of the race. Strong Chappelle unfortunately has picked up a stop and go 30 penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's going to be his race over for what would be a top 10 challenge. Where is, so Ninja currently up in P3. Isk, the driver he was kind of racing with, has now opted to pit here. So, yeah, Ninja is racing, I think, so he's racing for a good top 10 finish here. Zucaritis currently holding 11th place. He's holding up MCR currently. MCR will want him to get out of the way quickly as he does now have Big Al up behind him. These three drivers, actually I don't like this camera angle, guys. I'm going to change it back because we're not seeing a lot of the racing here. It's too, actually I think it maybe is that's maybe the view we want, but let's just go back to this one because it is you do get to see more of the action. Dick Trickle saying that was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I missed the crash, but I did see you out there. As we do see Zucaritis let a couple of these drivers through as he's going to be alongside Big Al at the minute. So let's just go through then. So Carl Williams currently, like I said, is the the net leader of this race. Fast Fanatical is in second with Doug Bors in third. Is that Isk got out in front of Baz there? No, it hasn't. I'll say he has dropped down there. I was going to say that's Baz is currently in 8th. Biff Baff in 9th. MCR in 10th. Look at this battle for 8th, 9th and 10th currently, which obviously once everyone else is pitted will be the battle for like the top 5 here. Big Al just behind them as well. Mr. Azon. Looks like Mr. Azon has had a poor pit stop here because he's been pipped by Big Al in the pit stops. So it looks like the overcut is working better than the undercut here because all the drivers that stayed out longer are sort of benefiting more here. But there's so many drivers here all separated by such few seconds. Doug Bors still tucked in behind Fast Fanatical trying to make his way through, and then we have Baz, and then behind us you have Baz, Biff Baff, MCR, Big Al, all these drivers right here in a queue can all potentially get themselves up into the top 5 in today's race. Zucaritis is currently out of position, but he is allowed to. He's not a back marker. He just hasn't pitted yet. So Mr. Azon's going to want to try and get past him as soon as possible. That car behind him also is actually a back marker. So Mr. Azon looking pretty racy here. Is he going to try and dive down the inside, or maybe is Zucaritis going to pit at some point? Zucaritis goes in quite deep there, and I think Mr. Azon gets a better run out, and that was close. Zucaritis just decides to dive in the pits at the last minute. Mr. Azon has been released, and hopefully he can kick on now and maybe sort of challenge for those higher places in this race. But like I said, there's such a close battle here between Doug Bors and Fast Fanatical and MCR and Biff Baff and Big Al behind him. So many drivers out there that can potentially still take places in the last 10 minutes here. Wolfsang Ninja is in the pits. So where is Ninja currently? So Ninja has pitted now and he has come back out. I see where he is. Got the 68 car ahead of him. That must be a back mark. Oh, no, 68 car of Big Al. Does that mean Ninja has dropped into P11? But then obviously he does have Hack the Planet and Mazinga ahead of him that potentially he will pass. And Ninja's currently still P11. 1.4 seconds off of Big Al. Is that as well? Is that Biff Baff has gone wide there? So Biff Baff has lost a place to Big Al there. Big Al has been put back up one more position. He got a bit wide at that last corner, hit the gravel and had to sort of recover there. But yeah, Ninja P11 could potentially still get a top 10 finish here. But either way, he is definitely up there. He's one of the best drivers out there today in regards to their relative performance. Fast Fanatical is dropping off the back of Carl Williams. That gap is now up to 10 seconds. As Doug Bors is finally thought, I've had enough of waiting for you, Fast Fanatical. He dives around the outside. They're being quite sporting here, but he's going to try and dive down the inside there. They hold onto the apex. Is he going to get a good cut back here? So he's trying to cut back here. He's going to get the inside line for the next corner. He's going to be so close here. Can he get a draft? Oh, he just gets a wobble on coming out that last corner. And I think that will just last Fast Fanatical enough. Why isn't Doug Bors tucking into a slipstream here? I don't understand why he's driving offset to him on the left-hand side there. Maybe just to see the braking zone. But yeah, he could have got a slipstream there, maybe caught up a little bit. But Doug Bors, I mean, he's probably a better driver than me. I don't want to tell him how to drive. But yeah, he got so close to making a move on Fast Fanatical there. But Fast Fanatical holds him off. And that was some great racing by those two. Big Al is now up to P9. He's chasing down MCR for what is 8th place in this race. Once Mazinga and Hack the Planet have pitted, I think this will be the battle for, like I said, the 5th place position. Well, sorry, 6th place, but then Baz obviously is holding what would be the 5th place position in this race. MCR is going to have to close down that gap a little bit if he wants to challenge for that top 5 finish. Let's see what else is going on down the field as this is all going on then, guys. So currently we've had a few retirements out there. Looks like even Dick Trickle is one of those retirees. But Off Tower is the last driver out there in last place in P33. But like I said, he will be finishing ahead of 5 drivers. Malmsey then ahead of him in 32nd place. 3.8 seconds off the back of Gaz, who has made up a few places here. He's battled on hard and he's now up to P31. Lynch is rounding out the top 30 currently. He's trying his best to chase down Mr. Celio in 29th place. But this is when we start seeing some huge gaps out there. So Mr. Celio is currently 11 seconds off the pace of TNT Palamo, who is then, I think it's at about 12 seconds off the pace of Cocaine Mini. Again, he is trying to chase down Caravan Gamer in 26th place. And then DXT CJ Viper is the top 25 man. That is kind of, I think, where the cutoff is going to be roughly where the XL points will change to negative points. Pani is having a relatively good race in P24 with Zucaritis after the pits in P23. That's a good drive by him. Farrell is in P22, letting through those. Those are the battle for the front there of Doug Bors and Fast Fanatical. Strong Chappelle after that stop and go 30 penalty is down in 21st place. He's just got past what looks like Hush Webb. So up into the P20 positions. PMO Bartek, because of those kind of incidents, has made its way up to P19. So he is slow and steadily moving his way up the order. Springsphere having a good race in P18 here. Looks like he's just got past Jay Cook is ahead of him here in 17th. Jay Cook will win the battle of the Aston Martins as Dick Trickle has retired. Joe Nose is in 16th place, 2.5 seconds off the back of the Disciple, who is rounding out the top 15 currently. Diabolic now in a race with Mr. Azon for what is 13th and 14th place. Looks like Mr. Azon is 12 seconds now off the back of Isk, so that challenge for what will be the sort of the top rookie driver has probably dwindled away for Mr. Azon. The best he can hope for now is maybe a top sort of maybe a top 10 finish. There's a few crashes ahead of him. Isk has dropped off the back of Ninja now. He was up, in a really close battle before the pit stops. He is now 6 seconds back off of Ninja. Ninja trying to chase down Biff Baff here. The field ahead of him is just slightly off his pace. He is 2 seconds back currently, but doing really, really well out there. And still, when Hack the Planet does decide to pit, will potentially then get those positions back. Big Al is in 9th place here, currently 1.8 seconds off the back of MCR. MCR has closed the gap to Baz, which we do think will be the net position of P5 once everyone's pitted. Baz currently in 7th with then Doug Bors still chasing Fast Fanatical. Their battling has made them fall off the back of the leaders by over 12 seconds now, so they lost 3 more seconds off of the leaders since the pit stops. Hack the Planet is currently ahead, chasing down Carl Williams, but obviously he just lost that position. Big news out in front as well, so this is good news for Chuggy B. Zambi stopped late here, and he has, because of that late stint, and obviously with Carl Williams getting stuck behind Hack the Planet, managed to pip Carl Williams in the pit stop. So Chuggy B saying that she thinks Zambi driver is going to win. Does now mean that she is currently correct, and I think everyone else will be sort of seeing if Carl Williams can catch back up. But Carl Williams is only 0.7 off the pace here, so these two drivers will battle it out now for what is probably the last 2 or 3 laps of this race. And then Mazinga, who's currently in the lead of this race, is going to stay out for another lap and say that he did at one point lead the Barcelona Grand Prix today. But Zambi 25 seconds back from him. Yeah, good driving out there, guys. This is looking really, really close out here for these two. So Carl Williams, he's actually falling back from Zambi now. So Zambi looking like he might actually do this. Bill is saying Zambi has got Kyle. Yeah, so it's Zambi currently in the net P1. And then Carl Williams in P2. But also Zambi seems to have the pace on Carl at the minute, and also the fastest lap. Let's see what they are when they cross the line. He's losing about 0.1 sector here. So Hack the Planet has pitted now. So the question is, with Ninja coming around the back end of the circuit now, can he pass Hack the Planet and get himself up into that elusive P10 position? I think he will be able to, because Hack the Planet hasn't even stopped yet, and we will see that's Baz coming down, MCR, then that's Big Al behind him, and then Biff Baff in currently P10. That's Ninja coming through now. Ninja to take P10 in this race, which is great for him, and he's also going to lose a lot of places to the drivers coming through now. Where is Mr. Azon coming around the last corner now? He might even get past Hack the Planet. Oh no, he won't actually. Hack the Planet is coming out now. This is that Isk coming down the straight? No, Isk has got through, so it looks like he's going to settle in between P12 and P13 here. The last driver needing to pit now is Mazinga. See, Carl Williams again has lost another 0.2 on Zambi, so it looks like Zambi has got Carl Williams in his pocket here. Doug Bors is trying his hardest to get past Fast Fanatical. He must know at this point now, with Mazinga still due to pit, that this is literally a battle for the last podium spot, and Doug Bors is going to have to make that move stick soon, because I think as Zambi comes across the line this time round, he will trigger the last lap of the race. Mazinga pitting here, Zambi driver coming around. Actually, I'm thinking... no, I was going to say, is Mazinga actually going to spoil the show here and maybe dive out in first? But I don't think he's... I don't think he's going to have... is he stopping now? Yeah, they're coming around the last kind of chicanes now. I think... I was wondering if he was going to come out in front of Fast Fanatical here. I think he is. I think Mazinga's going to steal P3 in this race. As you can see now, this is Zambi driver and Carl Williams coming down the home straight. Mazinga currently stationary in the pit lane. He does drop down the pit lane as the number 52 car, Fast Fanatical, is about to come swinging around the far end of the track here. And this is going to be the screen. This is going to be the timing part here where you can start to accelerate. But I think they're probably just going to have enough to get through here. So that's a great little stop by Mazinga. I think he's going to pop out in maybe P5 here. So where I said that MCR and Baz are going to be battling for P5, Mazinga's just popped in here and stolen that off of both of them and said, no, I'm going to have that one. Thank you very much. And because of that battling, he's got himself up to a really good P5 finish there. So, Doug Bors will know this is his last opportunity to get past Fast Fanatical for that third place in this race. Zambi driver out there in P1. Looks like he's got this one in the bag with Carl Williams 1.1 behind. I think, Wolf saying good driving by Ninja. I think Ninja, potential driver of the day here, is going to get that driver of the day stolen away from him, because I think actually one of the drivers that's raced maybe above his kind of station today had a lot of bad luck recently, hasn't had a lot of the great pace, but I think we have to give driver of the day to Doug Bors. I think Doug Bors, I don't know if anyone else disagrees with this, but Doug Bors I think has to get driver of the day today because he's had a really, really good race. I think Ninja has to get the honourable mention for getting that P10 finish. Great driving by him, but I will give the driver of the day to Doug Bors, and I'll say Ninja narrowly missed out in P2 for driver of the day today. Yeah, Zambi looks like he's just come around the last couple of corners now. Hopefully Hushweb isn't going to get in their way. That would be really bad on this last little corner here. But as they come around, as I've just anticlimactic, hit the button there. So yeah, this is it now. Yeah, so Zambi's going to take the win in the XCL Barcelona 30-minute race. Carl Williams is going to take second. Fast Fanatical has done really, really well to hold off Doug Bors. But I think Doug Bors was really, really racy out there today, and I will give him my driver of the day because I said I know he's had a few bad performances recently, so that'll be really good for him. Mazinga's going to be in P5 here with Baz in 6th. MCR is in 7th. Big Al is the top rookie in 8th place. It's going to be great XCL points for him. Biff Baff in 9th. Ninja with a great P10 here. Isk is in 11th. Mr. Azon is going to look like he's going to take P12 here. Diabolic right up behind him at the end. Is he going to try and dive down the inside down the last corner? I thought he was going to try a little Hail Mary dive bomb as he does get a really good drive at the last corner. Is he going to challenge Mr. Azon here on the last corner? No, he doesn't get a good drive out. He tries his best, but Mr. Azon is going to hold him off for P12. Diabolic in P13. Joe Knows is going to come around in P14 with the Disciple in P15. Great racing by those two. Hack the Planet has got a stop and go 10 penalty. I've never seen that one before. For corner cutting, but that's going to relegate him down. He'll take P16 though. Jay Cook in 16th. Springsphere is going to come across the line in P18. PMO Bartek, great little recovery drive by him to get himself up into P19, and then Strong Chappelle, he had a stop and go 30 penalty. He's going to get himself P20 today. Hushweb P21, Farrell P22, Zuccaretis P23, Panny P24. DXC CJ Viper P25, Caravan Gamer P26, Coco Mini 27, TNT Palamo 28, Mr. Celio 29, Lynch running out the top 30 with Gaz 31, Malmsey 32, Off Tower 33, and then the rest of the guys are retirements. Ninja, great drive by you today. I did give the driver of the day to Doug Bors. I think he had a great drive out there. You got the honourable mention runner-up for driver of the day. Chuggy B saying great driving everyone, entertaining race. Wolf saying great driving Ninja baby. That was really, really clean Ninja. Mr. Azon saying damn, got taken out by Batmarker. Yeah, really unfortunate Mr. Azon, but that's still a good P12 finish, and that will be some great XCL rating points for you. So just so you know guys, there will be a race again in about an hour's time. Head over to the Dick Trickle Racing Network. He'll be hosting that one, and drop in and say hello. But thank you again all for dropping into the stream. It was a really entertaining race. Just a little mention as well, if you do want to catch some of the highlights, I do put 30-second kind of highlight clips onto the TikTok. So if you look for the Red Fox Broadcasting Network on TikTok, but network is just NTWRK, and then you'll see some of the kind of highlights on there as well. But thank you all for joining the stream. It was an entertaining race, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye-bye for now.